Hi everyone. I watched the trailer this week to the new movie that's coming out, Diano, Iron Maiden's lost singer. It wasn't really the lost singer because his body of work still really stands up. He's such an iconic singer. Those two albums, kind of, what can you say? So I've been listening to a bit of early 80s Maiden, including this. Women in Uniform, cover of a song by a band called Skyhooks, yeah. I think they're Australian. I've heard their version of it once, and it's not very good. This is far superior. I've always really liked the song "Women in Uniform." Leslie Ash, who remembers Leslie Ash? She's in the video for it. Uh, yeah, as a nurse. So this really is of its time. The Prime Minister of the time, Margaret Thatcher. That really does date things. She stopped being Prime Minister in 1991. So, yeah, wow. So, Eddie with a couple of girls, with Maggie laying in wait to murder him. So, these came out in the 90s, didn't they? They're quite nice. So, on one side, it's got women in uniform, and on the other, it's got Twilight Zone. I've always thought it's a weird cover. The woman's neck, I think Derek Riggs has got a bit awry with her neck. And Eddie in the mirror. Again, he goes, it's Eddie there, tarot cards, so lots of kind of typical Derek Riggs. So this was the first 10 years. I've got some on vinyl, I've got some on CD. So you've got the pretty good recreation of the back of the 12-inch. So it's got Women in Uniform, Invasion, and Phantom of the Opera. Also available, running free on a 45. On record, the album Iron Maiden, the 45 of Sanctuary from the Law, yeah. And the tour dates. So Brunel University, Uxbridge, Leeds University, Corton Ball Redcar, never heard of that. City Hall, Newcastle, Odeon, Birmingham, Assembly Rooms, Derby, Victoria Hall, Hanley, the University of Sheffield, and Manchester Apollo. So even in 1980, they were still playing some sizable venues. Special thanks to Vic Crazy Baldhead Vella. So Vic Vella gets a mention. So on the back of Purgatory, we've got Adrian Smith in the fold. So double side Twilight Zone, Rothschild. Rothschild is taken from the new album Killers, also available on tape. So yeah, also available on tape. Well done. So there's nothing on the actual vinyl sleeves. Oh, there's the first 10 years little bit of card. An old Eddie on there. So I didn't get them all. I got quite a few of these. They were nice if they're at the right price. Yeah, they were quite nice. I wish I'd have bought them all now. I wish I'd have bought them all. But I was at school at the time, and my ill-gotten pocket money it stretched too far. So I tended to, bought what I could afford. They'll probably reduce these. Will have been from Reedy Song Music again. Same. Nothing to write home about on there. On the vinyl. So glad I kept them. Glad I bought them. I'm starting to dig through the vinyl again. Can't get it in. Said the vicar. So I'm going to dig more in the vinyl. One thing, they are not inside. It says also available on 45. These aren't. I've said the 12-inch singles, but they're not. They're actually 33 and a third RPM. I believe you could get some kind of collection box if you collected them all. So, which I didn't. I didn't get them all. Why didn't I get them all? So yeah, as I said, some are on vinyl, some are on CD, none on cassettes. I don't think it's really. don't think these are released on cassette. Of course, the vinyl ones are far superior. So yeah, just listening to a bit of Paul at the moment. There's the Killers the other day, and yeah, still classic stuff. I've never actually thought Paul was Iron Maiden's lost singer, because he's always been around. He's always done stuff, and it was really nice near the end of his life. He picture of him with Steve Harris, and Paul was very complimentary to Maiden. I think he went off the rails a little bit in the 80s, but never dull. Paul Di'Anno was never dull. So yeah, one of the iconic voices of metal. He's doing lots of bands. Di'Anno, Gogmagog. He was a Pete Willis. He was like a super group that never actually did much. Paul Di'Anno's Battle Zone, Praying Mantis. So he's been in all sorts, and he did. I would really like to have gone to see him. I know he used to tour Central Europe a lot, and I always had this romantic vision that at the last ever Iron Maiden concert, at the end singing Iron Maiden, you'd have all three singers up there. Well, sadly, no longer. Paul passed away in October 2024. A bit of problems with his health, and it seems to be struggling. I think that's what some of this forthcoming documentary is about. But never dull. One of the iconic voices of metal. That was Paul Di'Anno, and that was Women in Uniform and Twilight Zone. Why is it Purgatory? I've got this Purgatory, and I reviewed that with Made in Japan. So that's somewhere on the channel. So this is Twilight Zone. That must be the Twilight Zone. That's Eddie. Don't know who she is. The long neck. And that's Maggie. And I'm Dave. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you soon.